Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Travel with the Stars. Hey, I'm your hostess. I'm Jen. And today I have four amazing stars with me, three familiar faces, one new to you face, although you probably recognize her from social media. So let's start with our new face, Meredith. On Instagram, right down there. Hey.
Woo.
Oh, she is hailing from the south, so she still has warm weather.
Not today. Not today.
Okay,
I
define
know.
not. Define
Okay,
not.
fair. So we were like almost 90 degrees yesterday, and the high today is like 60s, which for me feels like cold fall weather.
Oh,
So
I mean,
are you judging me up there in Pittsburgh for that answer? Okay.
maybe. Jamie and I are judging you. Also, Kyla is judging you.
I mean, I definitely am. So
Fair enough.
Donna, though, is also in the south. So
my son may or may not have fallen into our pool yesterday and stayed there for another 20 minutes. So, it's still warm enough to do that.
Yeah. It's let me see. What's our it's 47 right now.
I would die.
47 in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
That's why we moved from Pennsylvania to Florida. Jen, you don't shovel sunshine. You don't. There's no shoveling.
And we got to shovel snow. All this.
Yes, I do.
I am not jealous at all. I'm so happy for you and not jealous at all. What's that Fred's episode?
Oh. R.I.P. Matthew Perry. I know. Bless.
Yeah. Well, okay, we got to get off the sadness. Back to happy things. I know.
Thanks, Jen.
Back to the sunshine.
I didn't mean to trigger everybody. Back to sunshine. Well, listen, guys. Today we are going to do an overview of Disney resorts. An overview because we could literally spend an entire episode talking about just one Disney resort. And there are like, 30 something. I should actually count. I've lost count. It depends on if you split up like the All-Stars or if you call the villas separate from the main resort. But regardless, there are a ton of Disney resorts. And there are, I guess I could say pros and cons to each. Very few cons. I mean, we got a lot of pros here. And we have a lot of professionals to talk about these pros. So
that's like a dad joke.
So funny. Dad joke. Okay. So let's start. And I'm saying, Jamie, would you give us an overview of the tiers of the Disney properties?
Sure. Well, there are three different tiers. There's the value resort tier, moderate, and deluxe. As you can imagine, value resorts are more of like budget friendly, still great for families, kind of, giving you a little more character friendly theming throughout the resorts. Moderate, I feel like, is a good level for anyone, really. A little more space in the rooms, kind of a little more options. And then deluxe, obviously, are the deluxe with spacious accommodations and things like that. So yeah, it's nice to have the three different levels and have those different options.
Yeah, for sure. Now, if and then also within the deluxe category, we have kind of a subcategory of deluxe villas. Donna, talk to us a little bit about those deluxe villas.
So the villas side of the property or properties, when we're talking, the whole Walt Disney World collection, would be Disney Vacation Club resorts. So the first people that get the first crack at booking them are people who own Disney Vacation Club. Right. But easy for me to talk today. Folks might not know is that we normal people can also stay there. And they are really cool spaces because they give you a little bit more. So a lot of times folks might say to me, Donna, where do we eat breakfast? Like, I don't want to go and get breakfast every morning. The villas, even the studio, which would be more of like a traditional hotel room, 2 beds, or depending on the villa, some have, the tiny little single sleeper for up to 5 people. They all have a little tiny kitchenette. So you would have the ability to have a microwave, you'd have the ability to have a second sink, and you have some silverware and some plates and the ability to do that. As you step up from the studio, you can go to a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, or even a 3-bedroom grand villa that's 2 stories. And please invite us if you do it. Situation. There is a full kitchen. There are multiple bathrooms. Those spaces, the 2-bedroom villas, are phenomenal for families. You have that common area you share. You have the beautiful full kitchen with a full refrigerator. Got food allergy concerns or picky eaters like my little guy and you need to make a lot of food, you can do all that there. And then on one side you go off to a gorgeous king bed and a nice soaker tub and a nice shower, and then the other side is 2 queen beds, and then in that family room area you could sleep up to 9 in some of those 2-bedroom situations and up to 12 in the 3-bedroom. So there's not just one type of room. Even at the value resorts that Jamie was talking about, there are different types of rooms for different size families and different needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kyla, I know you are one that has used a lot of those 1-bedroom villas, 2-bedroom villas for the girls. So talk about a little bit about what you love about that as a family when you're traveling with some smaller children.
Yes. So the 1-bedrooms are clutch. And my husband, being a hotel snob, he likes to have a separate space for the kids. So we are in the bedroom with our own bathroom, and they are out on the sofa bed, most likely arguing with each other, but it's fine because they're in another room, right? So they are out there in the living room. What was actually really nice was we were at Saratoga in a 2-bedroom last January, and not only did they have the pull-down couch now in the living room, but they also had a single pull-down. So both girls actually had their own sleeping spaces in the living room at Saratoga, while my dad was in the 2nd bedroom and Frank and I are in the king bedroom. And having the full kitchen is awesome because we will make breakfast on the bigger trips. The longer trips we'll make breakfast in the morning, and then it's great because we like to partake in a little adult beverage at night, so we will keep those in the full-size fridge, whereas you can't in the beverage coolers. So that's a whole thing. And laundry is like key to have with kids on the bigger trips, so you don't have to pack as much. There is a washer and dryer in the unit, so you can do all the laundry you want on vacation.
All the laundry you want. I mean, we want
some people, like some clients will be like, oh yeah, we'll do it every night. Like I will do it like midweek on a big trip, like midweek. And then maybe bathing suits or something. Frank is really excited to have laundry, so he'll do it all the time. But we'll do it like midweek for like a big family run in the middle. But yeah, they're all those are the best. Those are some of the best rooms, definitely. And the balconies. Sit out on the balcony at night.
For sure. Relax. For sure. Well, all right, Meredith. So we have Meredith is our resident hotel. We'll say guru.
I am my own worst travel agent is what she's trying to nicely say.
On any given trip, I
like to think it's getting better.
I mean, Animal Kingdom Lodge. I mean, I'm gonna say
that one hasn't changed. Next month has not changed. So thank you, everyone.
Most of us are there, so that's where you have to be.
That's awesome.
Although, but how many times have you switched? Like, what's the most you've switched on one trip from one resort to the other before you get there?
I'm pretty sure at one time I probably hit like 15. And I think my record is when I actually changed resorts the first day I checked into a resort.
She did.
I did, like legitimately. I was supposed to stay a full like week at Riviera, and I ended up cutting it to 3 days and moving to Yacht Club for 5.
And David Dollar, who has been on here, had a whiteboard of like 0 days since Meredith switched.
So, there's a lot of factors as we've been discussing.
Because they're all so amazing. That's why.
Because they're all so amazing. You can't go wrong.
What? I was gonna say, what do you ladies think about split stays? I have some clients who swear by them, but like, I don't know that I am well, it's not an organization thing. I think it's just a convenience thing. I don't know that I would be able to do it with my family.
Right. So like when I did that split stay, when I ended up going Riviera and Yacht Club, it was actually a convenience factor because Star Wars: The Galaxy's Edge had just opened at Hollywood Studios. They were letting people in early, and I needed to be able to walk to Hollywood Studios. So I ended up moving. I loved Riviera, for the record. It was beautiful. That was my first time actually staying in a DVC. and then was able to, because Yacht Club's so close to Hollywood Studios, was able to get there super early, get lined up, and start, being led into Galaxy's Edge like early. So that was, for me, that was my thought process there.
Fair.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. So talk to us, Meredith, about,
Yes.
since you do have such extensive experience in all of the different
The resorts, I know,
levels,
yeah. Fair.
what do you like about
Mm.
each of those levels? And ladies, other ladies, chime in, please. Like,
Mhm.
as she's saying, like, oh yeah, I love that too. Like, feel free to chime in. So
Well, we'll start with the value. So for me, what I like about the value is it kind of gives me an excuse to like extend my Disney trip. I feel like I can justify more days when I stay at a value resort. And it's nice, especially because they have, with the Skyliner now, you actually have additional transportation options at some of the value resorts like Art, Pop. I think that is fantastic. Like recently we tacked on a day and we stayed at that Pop Century for a day, and it's nice. Like if you want to get in early, if you want to stay later, I just think value really opens up for like longer trips, longer stays if you want to. If you're me, and you like convince yourself you have a budget, or you're supposed to have a budget. Like it's just great. Like you can get some really good Disney time in there without like feeling guilty about, other things. So, or you could take that money and save it for other things, save it for food, save it for dining experiences, and with the refurbished rooms, the value resorts are just as nice. Like those rooms are fantastic. They feel brand new, they're clean, you've got Disney touches. So I think that the values do have a lot going for them.
yeah.
Moderate has been my go-to actually as of late, particularly Coronado with the Grand Destino Tower, because it feels
so
like a deluxe
nice.
resort, but it
Isn't it nice?
prices moderately, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. And I actually rode out a hurricane there last year and was really, really pleased. Like it was amazing in terms of being able to stay there. You've got like that whole new building. We had a lot of access to restaurants. So moderate, you actually get a lot of the deluxe features as well in terms of restaurants, quick services, a little bit of everything. Again, additional transportation options with some of them, like Caribbean Beach also has a Skyliner access. And again, just a little bit, it feels a little bit nicer. And again,
Yeah.
Coronado has been my go-to as of late. It is a bigger resort, but depending where you stay, you can get a preferred room, you can get a tower room. They have buses that stop at all the areas, so it's, that's convenient. Now the deluxe category still holds my heart. Like that is just, I love it. I love it. And the more I go to Disney, the more I have a lot of like downtime, like the more I go. And I really appreciate that, especially staying at a deluxe resort. Like this trip I just got back from a couple days ago, we stayed at Wilderness Lodge. But we came back a lot, and we were able to relax and hang out and just enjoy the entire atmosphere, the accommodations, just some of the amenities. Deluxe is great if you're going to spend some good resort time too, I think.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend a bit more time there, it's just nice. And again, they have additional transportation options, depending where you are, the monorail, the boat, the Skyliner, sometimes like with the Yacht Club or Boardwalk and Beach Club, you can walk to Epcot or Hollywood Studios.
Absolutely.
So you've got some really great convenience factors going forward as well.
Now, Jamie, you were just down there recently. I know it was a couple months ago, but remind me, where did your family stay this last time?
We stayed at Old Key West. We are CVC members.
Yes.
So our home resort is Saratoga.
Yes.
So we're either there or we try to stay at different resorts. By the time we're able to book a different resort, they're usually filled. But we did get Old Key West, which we love because the rooms are huge. I mean, they're like
those are so big.
They are. Yeah.
I love those rooms.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're very spacious. They are like, talk about having your own space. That is definitely a plus there. And yeah, I mean, we like having the access to the quick service, Olivia's Cafe. The pools are really nice. You can go to the main pool or one of the side pools, which we did both those. And just having all those options and being able to walk or take a shuttle or to be able to get around, because it is so spread out that we did have a car this last time, but I've definitely stayed there when we did not have a car.
Sure.
And it is a trek from, I think we were in one of the last buildings, like way in the back.
Yeah.
And it was a good walk to get to the front, to the restaurants and everything. But yeah, you can always hop on a shuttle if that's not your thing. But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, Donna, as a local, do you find yourself going to do staycations? Where do you like to stay when you go to a staycation?
So my parents are Disney Vacation Club members,
Wow.
so we have no problem mooching.
As you shouldn't.
It's so funny that Meredith said she rode out a storm at Walt Disney World. We do the
Yeah.
same thing. Whenever a hurricane is going to slam Central Florida, we're like, where do you want to stay? I don't know, where do you want to stay? We're like Kidani Village, like enclosed space where you can still walk around and you're not, not that Old Key West, which is my favorite DVC resort, but it's not the best when you're trying to have space to walk around and move. If God forbid you're going to be stuck there a few days.
Right.
So where do we stay? Anywhere and everywhere. At this point in time, the only resorts that we have not stayed, that I have not stayed personally, would be Coronado, which kills me because of the Grand Destino Tower. I have to do it. Like, absolutely.
Yes.
I've toured it a million times, but I never stayed there. And we are finally staying at Riviera for one night in January. And of course, it's a night that the Skyliner is now going to be closed.
Oh my gosh.
Little tiny bit cranky about that in case you were wondering.
I'm actually staying at the Riviera in January too, and they announced that, and I went, but we're not like we're checking in after the first batch is done. I was like, yeah, we're.
You get a bless your heart for that one. That's a bless your heart. Like that's
I was like,
it's an appropriate use of that phrase.
Yeah. We dine at the resort hotels all the time, Jen. We're so lucky. If we want to do something, I can look at the app. Oh, what's available tonight? Oh, you want to eat at Sanaa? Yes. I mean, as if that's a question.
Yes.
Right?
That is always a yes.
And with interjection, if anybody watching has not eaten at Sanaa, please go eat at Sanaa. You'll thank us later.
100%.
You'll thank us later. Yes.
100%. Pack up food for the kid. Explain to the server, sorry, he doesn't eat anything. We'll order more, and don't worry, we'll tip you well. What are all the things? He has to sit by the window. He sits there and looks out the window for 2 hours, and my husband and I basically have a date with my son.
That's amazing.
Nothing wrong with that.
It should be, and that's what's so great about Disney, and that because the resorts have so much in terms of the restaurants, and the staff is just, the cast members are amazing.
They're amazing.
But let's talk about this is a big one that I know we all deal with from time to time. Now, none of us are families of five, but Kyla, why don't you talk to us about what do you like to recommend for your families of five? Because value resorts, spoiler alert, do not, unless you're in a suite. Okay, so unless you're in an Art of Animation or an All-Star Music specific suite, you're not getting 5 people in a room there unless they're an infant.
Correct.
Correct.
So my families of 5, a lot of times out of the moderates, will pick Caribbean Beach, being on the Skyliner, and maybe, choose Trinidad, the newer rooms. I do tell them that our girls love the pool and the water sides, the splash pad there. You do have the variety of options. You have Sebastian's Bistro, so you can sit down and have table service. You have some quick serve. It's on the Skyliner, like I said. That's a great resort for all those reasons. Otherwise, I have a lot of beach club people. A lot of beach club staying in the deluxe studio, which fits 5 with the pull down. Or the 1-bedrooms are great, which if they have a pull down, then you get the 5 in there. So those are my go-tos for moderates and deluxes. And beach club, being walking distance to Epcot and Hollywood, tends to be our go-to as well, in addition to Boardwalk. Those are kind of our 2 go-tos. So those are my top family of 5 picks, I would say.
Nice.
Caribbean Beach, Boardwalk Beach.
Anyone want to add anything else about families of 5? And do you guys have other go-tos that you like?
I will say, just shout out to Art of Animation for having 2 bathrooms. If you've got a family of 5. I think that means a lot to a lot of people, sometimes that having that extra bathroom.
Yes.
Good call. Yes.
Yes.
The family suites there.
I will say, sorry.
No, you're good.
With the family suites, I think that the attention to detail and the creativity to make those suites work are awesome for the families. I stayed there actually I was in town for a wedding, and my
Mhm.
friend and her family were already staying there. And because of the table that turns into a bed, like the
Yeah.
kitchen table that turns into a bed, she was like, just stay with us for because one night. I just needed somewhere to stay for one night.
Yeah.
And I stayed there. And her kids thought it was the funniest thing that I like slept on the table because we turned the table down, and they will still talk about it every time they see me. So I think
Funny.
those rooms, like they really do bring value for the family, but I think they bring a lot of joy to the kids because of the theming, all like the two
Mhm.
bathrooms I think are key.
Yeah.
The separate space for the adults. And
Mhm.
I thought that was it's just a funny memory. Because
That's
And while
funny
a
you
lot
said
of
that.
the deluxe resorts, while beautiful, are a little bit more sterile. You have to look a little
Yes.
harder to find the Disney touches. Not that they're not there, they are, and that's one of the really cool
Totally
things,
are.
being able to look around. But
More
especially those
subdued.
suites, you're right. At All Star Music, they're so stinking fun. Seeing the characters and everything right there, and then you're done sleeping. Let's fold the beds up, and you still have this giant living space. It's really nice.
I
And
think
I
that
will
refurb
say,
was
oh,
key.
good.
No. That refurb was key. Go ahead, Mary.
No, just saying, to Donna's point about, the deluxes having more subtle Disney touches, if you want to stay at a deluxe and you really want like those Disney touches, I would absolutely recommend the Polynesian and those Moana
Oh, yeah.
rooms. They are like, they're beautiful, but
Mhm.
they're like, they really added a lot of Disney to those rooms.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great
Those are
option
so
if you
pretty.
want both. Yes.
Yes, I agree. And I was just in the Incredibles rooms in the contemporary, and just so cute how they have all those Incredibles touches. So yeah, it's maybe not as, I mean, I guess it's still pretty overt though. I
Yeah.
mean, in the outside, like, just walking into the Polynesian or the contemporary, you don't
Right.
necessarily see those. It's more once you're in the rooms themselves that have those really neat touches. But really, any Disney resort, once you're in the rooms, you can see. Now Saratoga is a little bit more subtle. Grand is a little bit more subtle with the Mary Poppins theming, but Grand is my favorite. What?
Those rooms are amazing with the little
The
like
DVC
bird
room?
lights.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
It's
gosh.
They
bougie
did such
Disney.
a
It's
great
bougie
job.
It is
Disney.
bougie Disney.
Yes.
And you
And
have
it's
to
okay to be bougie. It's okay to
Right.
be bougie.
That's right.
100%.
Some of us
Yes.
specialize in being bougie. So oh gosh. Well, as you guys could tell, we could go on literally. So we over the course of the next, several upcoming months, not every week, but we will start featuring and highlighting different resorts, because there are so many things to talk about in each. But hopefully this is a good resort overview for you guys, so that if you are thinking like, oh my gosh, I really want this to be more of a relaxing trip, maybe you're going to consider those deluxe resorts. If you're like a family of 5, maybe something that we have said has helped. Or maybe if you're just like even considering transportation, make sure you reach out to any of these wonderful ladies, any of the wonderful agents at Upon a Star. You can find us on our website at Upon a Star Travel, uponastartravel.com. Check out our agents, see who might match and do a great job for you. But also follow all of these gals. They have great content. They visit frequently and have great travels. So I'm going to start over to, well, on my screen, she's to my right. I don't do really well with the whole reverse thing. So Donna, talk to us about where to find you, where to follow you, how to get in touch with you.
So I am still not in this century. I still predominantly use Facebook for social media. Woohoo. So you can reach me, Donna at uponastartravel.com, or if you are on Facebook, that's Happy to Travel with Donna, and you can join me on all of my travel adventures.
Fantastic. Jamie, how about you?
Well, my Instagram is Journey with Jazo, and then you can find me on Facebook at Upon a Star Travel with Jamie.
Fantastic. All right. I'm going to go underneath Jamie. Kyla.
You can find me on email at kyla@uponastartravel.com. My Instagram is DisneyGeek27, and my Facebook is Kyla Melberg, travel agent at Upon a Star Travel.
Fantastic. All right, Mare.
Yes. So find me on Instagram, or also email Meredith Upon a Star. Instagram is the Meredith C, and then my TikTok, find me at Meredith C.
All right, the Meredith C. Apparently, I did not do that correctly.
It's okay. That's Meredith C for TikTok and the Meredith C for Instagram. Just to confuse people. So it's all good.
There we go. The
Yeah,
Meredith C.
The. That's very important. The.
The.
Everyone else is a poser. So
You can find me at Upon a Star Jen. And of course, you can always email me, jen@uponastartravel.com. Don't forget to follow us at uponastartravel.com on all the social medias as well. And also, of course, our website. We'd love to help you out. So thanks so much for joining me, ladies. Thank you to our audience for joining. And don't forget, you can discover a whole new world of travel here with Upon a Star. See you guys real soon.